This video is prepared as a part of Cloudflare challenge No Chatter for You. Now the main requirement for this challenge is to create a user exclusion list. So if admin configures any user in this list, that user will not be allowed to create any chatter post. Now this was the high level of the requirement. Now let's directly dive into the demo. So in this organization, I have created only 2 users. So only we are good to go for demo with only 1 user. Now this is my page to actually configure and save the user exclusion list where there is no user for now to be excluded from creating the chatter post, and I am logged in as Cloud Challenger. Now let's say I put a chatter post saying hi all good evening and I say share. Now this user is actually able to create a chatter post. Now let's go here and add the Cloud Challenger user in the exclusion list and I save it. And the user is now in the exclusion list. So let's now try to create one chatter post and I say enjoy the demo and I try to create a post, and here it gives an alert saying that you do not have permission to create the post, contact your administrator. So it won't allow the user to create a chatter post. Now I have provided one more feature like deleting the user from the exclusion list, where user can click OK and the user will be deleted. So this is a normal user list where the standard lookup dialog will come for user, and admin can search and select any user and add the user in the exclusion list and save the record. Now let me quickly dive into some overview of the code, how it is implemented, because it is important for the users or maybe the administrator to know how it has been implemented. Now the very first thing, I have created a no chatter handler class which has all the utility methods, and I have the manage user exclusion list controller class which is binded with that Visual Code page. Now when I click on save, then user is validated such that if the user is already added, then we don't go ahead and add the user again. And when the admin wants to delete the record, he can click the delete and the user record will be deleted. Now the interesting thing which has been done into chatter feed, where I'm calling the method check exclusion user. So now we wanted that we should be checking the logged in user, and if the logged in user is in the exclusion list, don't allow him to save the record. But there is a catch here. So if we go to profile and if we check the profile, there is a permission insert system field values for chatter feed, and if this is checked, what happens? So I have also added the details in the detail comment in the handler class. So if this is checked by creating a chatter post, so if the logged in user has the insert system field values for chatter feed user permissions, the create field property is available on created by ID and created date system field for this object. So this allows the logged in user to set these fields to the original post author and creation date upon migration instead of accepting the system field values when migration. Now the main requirement from the comment which I understood, or maybe even if it is not the case of migration. So if this checkbox is checked, user is allowed to set the created by ID, and what this signifies is if I am the administrator and I am doing the data load for the scatter post from one legacy system to Salesforce, this will actually allow me to set the created by ID to some other post, and even if I am not Cloud Challenger, I would be able to post using Cloud Challenger. And so instead of checking the values against the logged in user, I am checking the value against the created by ID. So what this makes sure that even if the logged in user is actually saving the record, his ID is what is going to be in the created by ID, and if it is migration and user is explicitly specifying the created by ID, then we check by the created by ID. So there is no way actually user is allowed to create a post if he is added in the exclusion list. So this checks for all the scenarios where user is added in the exclusion list, and if some other user is trying to post on behalf of some other user. Now the last part I wanted to tell is the port coverage is 100% for whatever has been implemented for this challenge. Thanks for watching this.